So the way that I like to add in a split detail is by working with two segments. So once you have your two segments, what you're going to do is take that right hand side and flip it over. I'll also mention that you would of course usually have the overlocker thread as black, but I have substituted it as white for contrast. For argument's sake here, I'm using a ruler, but generally speaking, you would use your sewing pattern as a reference because it would have a marker of where to put the split. I'm just putting a pin in here as my marker of where that split will start and popping some pins above. Now we're going to move across to our straight sewer machine and do a stitch here. Again, you would of course use black thread here, but I am just using red as contrast. So begin with a back stitch and then run down the length of the fabric, and when you get to the last pin, pull it out and finish with a back stitch again. And this is what you should be left with. Now to the main part of the video, which is how I like to finish this hem. Quick pause, make sure that the good side of the fabric is facing up. Now fold over the hem 1 centimeter and do a little stitch about 1 centimeter in. And repeat that for the other side, 1 centimeter folded, 1 centimeter stitch in, back stitch, out. With that fold that we've created, pinch that in. And you can see now we've got that crisp little corner. So do that again, fold that inside, and create that corner. Now turn that skirt inside out. We're going to hem. So fold up that hem, pop it under and start to stitch. Obviously you would probably stitch on a side seam to begin. So as we get to that corner, you're going to slow down and make sure that that is pinched in so you've got that nice crisp right angle, and slowly take it to the end. Not all the way to the end, just half a centimeter in of where your foot would be. So see how the foot is placed in the exact same spot as before. Stitch that up, and then when we get to the top, we want to slow down so that we're going exactly where we need to be. Lift that foot up, rotate, slowly do a stitch across. You only want to stitch across half a centimeter, so we're keeping the same seam allowance the entire time. So fold it up, go down, and then again make sure that that right corner is pinched perfectly. Foot goes up, rotate, fold, and you can see I took that thread down just enough so that my foot would still be at the very edge of that fabric. And this is why. You can see that it has the same gap all the way around, nice and clean and crisp. So that is how I like to finish a skirt. I'm just showing there that this is why I have the two segments, so that you can open up that seam nice and flat and get this crisp finish.